by educating us on why we do not live as long as we would have wished. He actually, during the last edition of the program, the point for last week, tell us how our eating habits are contributing to our health and how we live and why we die. And he also gave us secrets on the best way of feeding ourselves and living better and longer lives. This evening with him, we are going to be looking at the current stakes of African traditional medicine in Africa, Cameroon in particular, but we also are going to be projecting into the future of African traditional medicine. So we are in the company of Dr. Richard Furu, who is there to educate us on and also valorize what we have as African traditional medicine. We are glad to have you. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kum. Good evening and good evening, viewers who are outside there.
Okay, we are also very grateful that he makes our time to be here with us all the way from Boya, Southwest Regional Capital, to educate us on these issues relating to African traditional medicine. Now, Dr. Richard Afru, I will ask you, what is the place of African traditional medicine in the global medical sphere? How do we situate African traditional medicine? What is the perception that is given to it today?
Thank you, Mr. Kum. That is a very interesting question. We know there's no African who can live without African traditional medicine. It's just that because of politics, those who have studied the orthodox medicine and those who have been brainwashed by the systems which are in place have been blinded not to understand what medicine is any longer. And many people consume traditional medicine either in its simple form or in higher form without knowing that they are actually consuming traditional medicine. But there's nobody outside there who doesn't consume African traditional medicine, especially in Africa, because if we go by the definition of what medicine is, I would like to quote the Western acclaim or orthodox medicine acclaim father of medicine, Hippocrates, who said, and I quote, "Let thy medicine be food and medicine be food." It means that anything called medicine should be of food grade and anything called food should be of medicinal grade. It means that medicine should be 100% food and food should be 100% medicine. If we go outside there, you see all those who blackmail traditional medicine, all those who condemn traditional medicine. They are all consuming traditional medicine because they eat achu, they eat kwakoko Bible, they eat all the kati, they eat all the traditional meals every day. But they don't know that that is medicine, because without which, if they don't consume them, they'll perish. They will perish. That is what is keeping them alive. That is what gives them the vitamin, the minerals, all the protein, the enzyme, the hormones, and everything. Even though most of the time we kill all the heat-sensitive elements before consuming the food, as I did mention in the last program. So African traditional medicine has a great role to play, because if we even limit ourselves to World Health statistics, because World Health statistics are also limited to World Health statistics holds that Africa, more than 80% of Africans rely on traditional medicine for their health needs. It means that more than 80% of Africans depend on traditional medicine. But more often, if you tune the radio, the television, you'll see in the delegation of public health, the Ministry of Public Health, you see all this. We have carried out statistics here and there show that there are 50% of people in Southwest or Northwest or in Cameroon have malaria or this. When they were carrying out this statistic, did they go to the traditional doctors who control more than 80% to get their own statistics? You see, 20% of people who have been trained to monopolize the health sector, they carry out the statistics and they go and broadcast them on behalf of everybody. That is why I always challenge those their statistics, because you cannot say you carry out statistics, it shows that 20% of Southwest, they are suffering from this. Did you contact the traditional doctors who control 80% of the population? Did you go to the interlands? Because if you go to the interland, most of the people, they consume the natural medicine. Where limiting to your considering your question, African traditional medicine is the bedrock of all medicines in the universe. All other medicines are counterfeits of African medicine because they only come to us, see what we use, they go and counterfeit in the lab. When we are using a leaf to cure, let's say, bone fracture or any disease, they pretentiously come like researchers or send students from university to go out like researchers, gather the information, then send to them. They go and get that leaf, go to the lab. If they discover that it is calcium in the lab that is causing the miracle, they go and synthesize now a synthetic calcium in the lab, which cannot be effective. So it's a counterfeit. So traditional medicine is the original medicine that all other medicine counterfeit. And you can never compare the counterfeit. There's never a day you destroy the original. So traditional medicine is the bedrock of medicine, has been leading yesterday, is leading today, and leading tomorrow. All those who criticize traditional medicine all depend on traditional medicine because all of them eat traditional meals. And most of the time, you know, the orthodox researchers who used to come to me, they want to come and challenge Dr. Fru. They used to come, Dr. Fru, have you, this your medicine that you are using, has it passed the protocols of testing and proving and so on? I say it is traditional medicine. These are not drugs. Go and concentrate on your orthodox drugs. Follow the protocols of testing and approval of orthodox drugs, not medicine, because traditional medicine is not supposed to be tested in the auto lab. So, before you ask your question to derail me, let me give the definition of traditional medicine. I always like to quote the 1976 definition of traditional medicine. Yeah. The World Health Organization defines traditional medicine as the sum total of all knowledge and practices lived and experienced and used in the identification, the diagnosis, or the prevention of any physical, mental, or social disequilibrium, and based exclusively on knowledge. Listen to this, please. Based exclusively, not inclusive, on knowledge handed down from generation to generation, either by word of mouth or through writing. It means that it's medicine that based on is medicine that has been tested and proven with time that it is fit for consumption, just like our traditional meals. You don't have to carry because you believe that they are chew and all their chew soup with njang, bush pepper, country onion, and so on. They don't have measurement that have been prepared.
Tested in this or that lab.
You mean?
I mean all the achus and...
Yes, the scientists don't have to come and say, have they tested them before they eat, because that is medicine. That's what we eat to get life. Then when we also grind in junction and so on, put a wrapper to sell that expert that when you eat, it will cure the disease. They ask whether it has been tested and proven. So it's all monopoly. They know that you cannot carry tradition into the lab, the white man lab, to be testing tradition. But they use it so that they suppress African medicine to promote the Western medicine.
If I get what you're saying today is that African traditional medicine still has a very big share of the market, but seemingly people use it daily and hiddenly.
Yes, they consume it daily and also consume it in the hiding. They consume part of the African medicine, which is our meals, because the meal is part of the medicine. The meal, our food, is part of the medicine that you take to get healing, to free yourself of disease, because you eat so that, you know, some people eat just to quench hunger, and those are the people that perish a lot. The people who are conscious of health, they eat for a purpose. When you get up in the morning, you first examine yourself. You look at your health challenges. Are you diabetic? Are you hypertensive? Do you have kidney problem, liver, or heart problem before you choose your meal? Means that is the first medicine that you take for that purpose. Then before also meeting an expert who has selected the same plants, but combine them in a ratio as an expert that has concentration of elements that will also go and heal you.
Okay.
Yes. So everybody consume African medicine, especially in Africa, and more, as you talk about African traditional medicine, I will not talk about Asians, because I have the Asian medicine, Chinese medicine, and so on. Since you are asking about African medicine,
we are
so I'm limited to Africa. So nearly everybody in Africa consume traditional medicine because they consume traditional meals. That is the first medicine. Without even asking, even the scientists, all these people who ask about, talk about active principles, something going through protocols. I will challenge the scientists. Before you eat that chew, the person who prepare it, maybe it's a local mami who has not even gone to school. He mix the ginseng, country onion, bush pepper. Those are the plants, all the barks of trees in it. You eat and lick your finger. Have you ever asked whether they done toxicology test, also carry to the lab to see whether it's efficient in the body, it does not harm the body? The only way we just label the achu medicine, you see achu will fail all the tests in orthodox laboratories. Label the kwakoko medicine and you take in the lab, they will say it's very poisonous. Label all our meals, that medicine. So you see everything is just politics. They just blackmail our medicines, ask us to take them to the lab so that they discredit it. Just imagine taking your medicine to the laboratory of your enemy or your rival. It will never pass a test. Just like I said in the last program that people who depend on their rival or their enemy for their whole needs, for their education, will never prosper in this world. And I quoted the black race. The black race depends on education given by the Europeans, the Americans, the Asians to them. And they always give you by what makes you, that limits you, make you dependent on them, makes you a slave, makes you a good market for them, and they will give you what will render you weak and vulnerable, so they always depend on them. And for Africans to grow, they need to start researching on theirs, believe in themselves, develop theirs, and then use it now to maybe also act like, because the world, life is survival of the fittest.
Okay.
You use your knowledge and all what they know how to rule, to conquer and rule.
Okay.
Yes.
To give the impression that you are the leader, and 80% of Africans actually believe in the potency of African traditional medicine. But why don't we have the feeling that the majority of Africans hiddenly are consuming African traditional medicine? Yes,
many.
Have they been? Is
it not majority?
Is it because they have been brainwashed?
Yeah, not majority. The 20%. The 20%, or let me say just a lower percentage, are hiding and consuming because of brainwash. Firstly, religious brainwash, followed by the system put in place by the Europeans that stigmatize our culture, stigmatize our cultural heritage, stigmatize everything about us, stigmatize even ourselves. For example, when you go outside, you see women putting medges. It's because they have a stigma. They don't want to look like African. They want to look like Chinese and European and so on. There is a stigma. You see them putting things that they want to look like the white people. That is a whole stigma. They stigmatize our culture. But today, Africans are becoming more and more conscious, more and more aware, thanks to some of us who are outside, daring the odds, sending out the truth the way it should be sent out, without fear of any contradiction, without fear of any orthodox sponsored conman around or whatever adjective you can use to define them. So we're sending this message out, and there has been a lot of revival, a lot of revolution. Mind revolution has been set, and there's a new spirit blowing across the continent of Africa. And it's not limited only in Africa. Across the continent of Africa, the Asian world, the Europe and America, the new spirit is blowing. Nearly a majority of people are going back to modern nature. What the European intelligently used our own people to blackmail it. Many people are beginning to discover that whatever these people tell them that is bad means that is what is the reality. And they are beginning to go back. Today, you easily find Orthodox doctors coming to me. Last week, I consulted like many Orthodox doctors who came from abroad to consult me. People come from all over, pastors come, prophets come to consult, even including spiritual problems, without any fear anymore. But before they used to hide, but they come openly, see, take their number, follow the line, and consult. So there's a change of mentality. Those who are resisting, you know, they will always be sheep, no? If everybody is intelligent, then the smart will eat from who?
Okay.
So there will always be people who will be the sheep in the society, who will feed the others like food.
Okay, if you're watching us on My Media Prime TV Live, the point with Dr. Richard Fru, we're looking at the stakes of the current stakes of African traditional medicine and the future of this medicine that is considered the original, handed down by our ancestors,
yes,
and highly consumed by many persons. If you have a question for him, please do well to send it to us. But why do people complain? This question I've asked severally. They are worried because when you meet persons, maybe you,
yes,
you say a particular drug or
medicine,
medicine, not drug.
Yes.
Medicine that is given
drugs
out,
is for the orthodox.
Yes, medicine that is given out cures so many diseases. Is it something that is happening just now, or it's been like this since the past?
I thank you for that wonderful question, and it will help to clarify so many. You know, the orthodox science has deceived the world a lot. The orthodox science, you know, the orthodox science, medical science, appeared just about 100 and something years ago. Before they appeared, all medicines in the universe was natural medicine. The whole of America, you had the schools of natural medicine. And these people whom I would not like to advertise them free of charge, they start from Germany, enter America, create their cult, create their system, then influence the American law system and so on. They passed a bill, they started killing natural medicine, closing down the schools of natural medicine until it reached a point where they started using money. They had a tie with the government. They used money to bribe all the orthodox doctors, the natural doctors. Now took them, absorbed them, you know, money can do everything, into the system, then did everything and closed down the natural system until after decades, they influenced the world. Before the coming of allopathic or orthodox or Western medicine, natural medicines were ruling all over the world, and they had that philosophy, their own philosophy, which is tangential to the orthodox philosophy. Our philosophy in healing, we don't target germs or diseases. We target by the human health that allowed germs to grow, to develop, grow and multiply. We target by the human health that serves as a medium or a media or an agar for germ to grow, multiply and proliferate and then cause harm in the system. But the orthodox system came and said, forget about the human system that allowed the germ to grow. Allow it. Instead, target by the germs. Target by the disease that grows in the system. Target by the germ that grows in the system. Whereas, before they conquer, and all is just a style to promote the consumption of medicine, to allow the people to stay at a certain state where they always grow disease so that they keep consuming medicine. Whereas, before the coming of orthodox medicine, the traditional system was, if disease grow in the body, germ grow in the body, disease grow, heal by the body. Ask question, why are germ growing in the body? Why are disease growing in the body? You take treatment to cure by the human system, build the human energy, then the body fight its battle, send out the diseases, send out the germ, and take control of itself. You see, there is this naturopathic saying that it is a principle of nature that disease only develop in the system because of three fundamental factors. One, low vitality. Number two, abnormal composition of blood and lymphatic system. Then number three, accumulation of dead mucus, morbid matter, accumulated matter, and toxins. And he who can address three of these problems, cure the human being of all what originates from all of this. It means that it doesn't matter whether you use one medicine, he who can use whatsoever to clean out the morbid matter, the accumulated matter, the toxins, then regulate the blood, the composition of the blood, and the lymphatic system, then build the human vitality, you conquer all diseases in the body. It doesn't matter whether you use one medicine. That is the principle of healing the human body. But with the orthodox medicine, they say no, allow the human body to remain with the waste, the toxins, the dead mucus, the accumulated evils in the system. Instead, come out with different medicine. If 1 million germs are growing, you have to manufacture 1 million medicine to be targeting all the 1 million germs that grow, give you liver, kidney, brain problem, and so on. That is why, in their principle, it's difficult to use one medicine to cure many diseases, because if a disease is growing in the heart, they will produce medicine that goes back to the heart. In the kidney, they will produce medicine for the kidney. In the lungs, medicine for the lungs. And if there are 100 diseases, they have to produce 100 medicine to target by those particular diseases. And that is why they don't understand why traditional doctors, they use one medicine to cure many diseases. One accumulated matter, one toxin, or one morbid, or one accumulated waste or dead mucus in your body can generate diseases that will affect your lungs, will affect your kidneys, will affect your liver, will affect your brain, will bring cancer, bring rheumatism, arthritis, gout. But you can use one medicine that will remove that morbid or that accumulated waste or those toxins, then pump in nutrients in your system, raise your body frequency, vitality. One medicine, which it may be the one medicine can be a compoundment of maybe 10 different plants, 20 different plants. It removes that morbid that grow bacteria and all the diseases. When that morbid leaves your body, all the 100 diseases disappear. You just discover kidney problem disappear, liver problem disappear. I don't know why you're asking the question to even be teaching these people for free, because these are what they spend 20 years in their school, they don't even know. You are causing me to even be teaching them for free. Yes, these are lectures that they are supposed to pay a lot of money to receive. I'm giving this secret free of charge. I'm giving them because of my people, because I know Mother Nature is blessing me with a lot of wisdom each day, because for close to 30 years, I keep passing information free of charge, because this is knowledge I'm not supposed to give out free of charge. So you see, traditional doctors have no business with viruses, no business with bacteria, no business with cancer and so on. What they do is that they remove what grow these diseases. It's just like, Mr. Kum, let me ask you a question, very simple one. If somebody carry excreta and dump in your, let me say in your living room, in your home, what will happen there? All sorts of things will grow. Flies will come, insects of different variety will come, maggots will grow, and so on. But when that excreta was not there, were those things growing there? They grow because they sought their natural habitat. They have found their food. And how do you cure your home? Do you have to carry the excreta to the lab, discover the different microbes in it who are causing havoc in your home, to start inventing medicine to come and be spraying your home to be killing all the different microbes with different antibiotics, antiviruses, and so on? What is the best medicine to use to free your home? The best solution. Is it not a cleanser? You clean the house, you wash the house, you purify the house, and all the microbes disappear without you asking them to disappear. When you find flies here, mean there's something attracting flies. In the laboratory, do you have to go and develop medicine to kill the flies? That is why I frown when people develop medicine to kill mosquitoes, kill cockroaches, and so on. When you find cockroaches here, you find mosquitoes here, you find flies here, you find bees here. Something is attracting them. As a wise person, like traditional doctors, you don't have to go invent medicine to be killing those things. Why do you kill them? They have their life to live. They only appear there because they found what attracts them. Instead, remove what brings them, and they will disappear. That is the philosophy we are using in the human body. When cancer is growing in you, we don't develop medicine to go and kill cancer. We ask question, why is cancer growing in you? Cancer is growing because maybe there's morbid matter, there are toxins, there are evils, negative energies in you that causes inflammations, toxicity in your body, denaturing, causing mutation in your cells and so on, then bringing the growth of cancers. How do you cure the cancer? You cure, because when those things grow, they also weaken your body vitality. Your energy drops. How do you cure the cancer? You starve the body of what cancer feeds on. You remove the morbid matter. You remove what makes viruses grow. If your own cancer is caused by viruses, you remove what allow the bacteria that causes cancer to grow. You remove what causes fungi, parasites to make cancer to develop. You remove all the things that poison your cell, cause inflammation and so on, that will make cancer to grow. You remove what cancer feeds on. Cancer feeds on sugars. You'll be surprised that you go to hospitals, people who claim that they have studied medicine, they are giving glucose to sugar patients. They are allowing sugar patients to consume sweet things. But they only boast and broke grammar, claiming that they have studied medicine for 7 years. They don't even know that they are feeding cancer. When we are treating people cancer, we place the patient on keto food, only on protein, because cancer cannot digest. Cancer cells cannot digest protein. They cannot convert protein to sugars.